We're gonna get you in the mood with some Canadian fiddle tunes here.
Our first stop was at Acadia National Park in Maine. This is a cool cruise ship in Bar Harbor.
The seagulls really liked the sandbar.
Then we went to Otter Cliffs. Solomon really liked the tide of pools.
There was a lot of cool rocks that you could climb on in Otter Cliffs.
So it was really awesome.
This is a pan of Otter Cliffs. This is us at Otter Point. Here, we're at Jordan Pond. It's Captain Seagull!
This is Sand Beach at Acadia National Park. The water was really cold and really powerful, but it was really fun. After we left Acadia, we drove north into Canada. Our first stop in Canada was at St. John, where we went to Irving Nature Park and saw a fox at the edge of the forest.
Nature Park had great viewing areas.
This is one of our favorite signs in Canada. Can you guess what the moose is saying to the man in the car?
Then we went on an 8-mile bridge to go to Prince Edward Island.
One of the first things we noticed was that they had bins for composting and recycling.
Mariah was really excited to see Anne of Green Gables.
At the port in Charlottetown, we saw an oil tanker.
We had a wonderful meal at New Glasgow Lobster Suppers.
This is the Green Gables house at Prince Edward Island.
This is Mariah in an Anne of Green Gables hat.
These are some jellyfish washed up on the beach.
These are the sand dunes at Greenwich Point.
This is the beach where we played at Greenwich Point. It was really, really, really fun.
This is the boardwalk we had to walk across to get to Greenwich Point.
Thank you.
This is us leaving our camping cabin that we stayed at on Prince Edward Island.
This is a point just down the beach from where we were staying on Cape Breton Island.
These are the famous lupins of Cape Breton Island.
This is a bald eagle we saw on Broad Eore Lake.
Hello, this is the view from our room at the Driftwood Lodge in Ingonish in the island of Cape Breton in Nova Scotia, Canada. And it's really nice. We've all got our own bedroom and we've got an extra bedroom, and there's a beach out there, excellent for rock searching and stuff. So we're gonna have a great time here.
We went on a beautiful hike to Middlehead.
Cornus canadensis is the Latin name. Cornus being, you see buoys in the little cove. Actually, on this cove, you can see the way the light is. You can actually see the ropes going down to the lobster pond from the buoys. Yeah. Do you know what?
On our hike to Middlehead, we saw a dead tree that was full of life.
It had a wasp laying its eggs and other
Okay,
bugs
we know
larvae.
the German word now.
So
everyone.
the wasp babies will have something to eat. And they
All right, so I was going to say, there's two kinds of wolves. Our wasp just proved to us that this tree is not dead. Right? It looks like a dead tree.
There's Ingonish Island. Another interesting Canadian sign. Look at the size of that tree bump. I was supposed to say that.
Yes. Our hike had a lot of great views of the ocean.
There's Smoky Point. There's Middlehead.
We did a really cool hike to the top of Mount Franey.
This is our great view of the ocean from the top of Franey Mountain.
We're almost at the top of Franey Mountain Trail in Cape Breton Highlands National Park in Canada, and it's a really good trail with a really good view. I mean, look at that view. Isn't it amazing? I mean, I was wondering how there was water up in that bog. You get a really wonderful. There is Ingonish Island. It's a lodge. So this has been a really interesting hike, and it's been very steep and such. So, I mean, the way down, we're going to have to be a little slow. And hello! Today we are at Cape Breton Highlands National Park of Canada. And so, we have had a wonderful... So, the first interesting thing we did was go to Freeport, Maine, which was where Ella Bean's store was. And that was very interesting to go to. The second... this one was very interesting, was Water Cliffs in Acadia, and it was Red Rock where the waves came in, and it was all in St. John's. We went to Irving Nature. It was a very interesting nature park with the beach, and we went to this beach with all these beautiful colored rocks. This is a weekly journey, by the way. Bye, see you next time!
The next day, we went on the Cabot Trail to the other side of Cape Breton. Along the Cabot Trail, we saw lots of cool and interesting things.
We also saw some amazing views. This is a carnivorous plant we saw along the bog trail that we hiked.
Then we went to Halifax. This is a dead pirate at the Maritime Museum. Ugh. This is Mariah at the steering wheel of the Acadia.
Another picture on the Acadia. See that really cool boat behind it?
Another cool thing in Halifax was the Citadel Fortress. This is me pretending to shoot a cannon. This is the changing of the guard in the Citadel.
Then we rode a ferry across the Halifax Harbor to Dartmouth.
This is the view of the sunset from where we're staying in Fisherman's Cove. After that, we went to the Bay of Fundy.
We saw this deer at Five Islands Provincial Park. Me and Solomon in our rock sculpture at the Bay of Fundy.
Can you see the tide difference between these two pictures? That only happened in 8 minutes.
Goodbye, rock sculpture!
Then we went on the other side of the Bay of Fundy to see Hopewell Rocks.
They're really cool. I bet that took a long time to build.
This is Lover's Arch.
We're at Hopewell Rocks. It's 16 meters at some points of the tides in the Bay of Fundy. Bare ground goes to 16 meters of water. That's amazing. This is the most tide-changing point in the world, I think.
Those are some really cool looking rocks.
What is that? There was a huge beach. It was really muddy. You don't want to step in that because your foot will sink and you can't get it out. Look at all that seaweed. A cool view of Hopewell Rocks.
That's Daniel's Flat.
On the way home, we stayed the night in Dover, New Hampshire. We saw this interesting waterfall. The first mill was built here in 1684.
We enjoyed our first trip to another country.
Hope you liked our video.
Thanks for watching.